This is my tutorial on using a circuit writer pin to repair, or well, at least jump the fuses that are blown on my Nintendo DS Lite. The circuit writer pin is a highly conductive polymer for use in a variety of applications and materials. And I'm going to attempt to fix a Nintendo DS Lite that will not charge. This is the Lite. It will not charge or turn on. The problem I'm having with it is every time you plug the charger into the DS, as you can see, I'm going to plug the charger in, and all that will happen is the light will flash on periodically and then it goes out. It will not power up. There's nothing wrong with the charger, and the battery is good in the DS. Trying to power it up, nothing will happen. I'm going to unplug it one more time, plug it in, lights out. That's all it'll do. I'm going to attempt to take this apart and fix the fuses, remove the battery. There's a total of 8 screws that I've removed. I have one in the corner that doesn't want to come out, but it is loose. Now I'm going to take the DS apart, separate the front from the back very carefully. Just lift the only thing that will be giving you any type of resistance should be just the switches, the on, off, and the volume switch on the sides usually hang a little. I now have the back cover off of the DS Lite. First fuse is near the charging port. This is the charging port, this brass or gold piece. Right there's a big chip that is not the fuse. It is a very tiny, small one next to it. It'll say F1 near this fuse. You look on the circuit board right here, it'll have F1 on it. I'm trying to get it closer to the camera without getting it too distorted. But right here at the tip of my screwdriver is a tiny fuse labeled F1. The other fuse is F2, and it's located next to the battery connector. It's probably really hard for you to see. It looks slightly green. It's right at the tip of my screwdriver. It's very small. It's just a very small little chip. It looks green with silver tabs on both sides of it. It's right at the tip of my screwdriver. Right there, right at the tip. That's the second fuse. Alright, what I'm going to do is not your normal way of fixing it. I didn't want to attempt to use a soldering iron. I'm going to try this in the easy way, other than putting a blob of solder to jump the fuse. What I'm going to do is use this stuff that I bought from Radio Shack. It's called circuit writer. It's a conductive pin. I don't know if you can see that. It's supposedly that you can draw with this pin from one point to the other across the circuit board, and it'll conduct electricity, so it'll complete the circuit where the fuse has obviously opened it. Okay, before I use the circuit writer pin, I'm going to scrape with this straight pin. It's just a metal straight pin. I'm going to scrape a little bit on the contacts, or the solder points on the fuses, just slightly, just in case there's any enamel coating on there that will interfere with the conduction. It's very hard to see with the naked eye, but these fuses tend to have a greenish color to them, at least in my DS. I'm going to scrape the other fuse that's next to the battery terminals. Okay, there's a regular tip. I don't know if you can see that tip. And it sort of writes like a paint pen when you push down. When you apply pressure, the juice starts to flow. So it doesn't take a lot of pressure, especially on these little tiny fuses. Okay, I'm going to attempt to do the first fuse. Okay, that was easy. I just barely touched it and enough came out to bridge the gap on the fuse. Now I'm going to do the second fuse. The stuff dries in minutes. Like right now, this stuff is dry and it hasn't even been a minute. It's pretty simple to work. I like it so far. But now I'm going to make an attempt to put this DS back together, and then we'll try to fire it up and see what we get. The light stays on. Check that out. Now I'm going to attempt to hit the power switch. Green light is on. DS is all lit up.